Hey guys, what's up? Maritza here. Welcome to my video. As you guys can see, I'm in a whole completely new setup because today's topic is a little bit more personal for me, and I want to be in a setting where I feel comfortable talking about hyperhidrosis. So in today's video, I am going to talk about my experience with hyperhidrosis and also do a review on Derma Dry, which is a device to help control your excessive sweating. And this topic honestly is really embarrassing for me because aside from my immediate family and my really close friends, like my best friends, only know about my excessive sweating, and nobody else really knows about this, but I have actually been struggling with hyperhidrosis since I was in high school. And just to give you a little bit of context of how I found out that I had it, I actually grew up playing competitive soccer since I was in elementary school, since I was the age of 4 and 5. And my whole entire life really revolved around playing soccer. And it wasn't until I had reached high school, I think I was of the age of 13 or 14, I remember starting high school, and my sister and I would always share clothing because we didn't have enough money back then to be shopping for my sister and I, and we were literally the exact same size. And her and I would always get into arguments because, just growing up, you have the the fights with your sibling about who's wearing what clothing and whatnot. So my sister and I had a lot of those fights, and she honestly was just really upset because she's like, I can't wear this shirt because it smells, or oh my god, it smells like sweat. And literally, I remember that I just started building a lot of sweat, and my body was just releasing a lot of sweat. And at first I thought it was from playing soccer because, like, again, as I said, my life revolved around playing soccer like 3 times a week and playing on weekends. And I thought that it was for that. And so little by little, I started to notice that even with wearing deodorant every day, or just changing my deodorant a couple times a day, nothing was helping out. I remember that my mom was like, oh my god, it's just your hormones. And I'm 27 years old now, guys, and I've been having this since I was of the age of around 13 or 14 years old. Yeah, I just remember that her and I would always literally have to schedule our clothing because she's like, I'm going to go to this event this weekend and you cannot wear this because we won't have enough time to wash it, and I don't want to do with like a last minute outfit. So to me, it's just really funny because that's when I felt like something was really wrong with me. It came into when I was in college, when I had better health insurance, and I remember just going to go get checked out for my sweating disorder, and they're like, oh, like, it's just your hormones, like your hormones are unbalanced. And they explained to me something about how, like, your hormones have something to do in a female, that your body just releases like extra, like excessive, like sweat, and not excessive sweat, but they're just like saying that there's a specific hormone that allows your body to release that. And so they had recommended me to do Botox, and I genuinely was like, okay, like if I do Botox, how often do I need to do this? So they said between 3 to 6 months you need to do it again. And so I was just looking at how expensive it was going to cost me, and I wasn't making any money at that time. I was just working at a retail store, and I was going to college, and I could not afford getting Botox. Yeah, I've had excessive sweating. I'm actually going to be really honest with you guys. I have tried so many deodorants. Like, I cannot even tell you how many deodorants I've gone through, and none of them really worked out. I've tried drugstore to expensive, like, what do you call, like Nordstrom's. Like, they have like this Nordstrom's one that's just like, it's like $60 for a deodorant, and I tried that like back in college, and I just felt like nothing was really helping out for me. I just remember watching a video, and someone was also talking about excessive sweating. They're like, okay, like my body cannot take or cannot handle women's deodorant. I need to try men's deodorant. And when I tell you, I've also tried men's deodorant. The only one that has really worked out for me was the Men Degree deodorant. And this deodorant, it does work for me where I feel comfortable wearing this throughout the day, but I do feel like it only works for me for one night or for one day. I have to put this on twice a day. It's still like I would wake up the next morning and I would look at my clothing and be like, oh my god, like my body, like I smell my shirts when we do laundry. I smell my shirts. I'm like, can I wear this one more day? And I would check and let it know, guys, like it smelled like sweat. And I was like, okay, clearly, you know, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't work. But honestly, like there just has to be something that I have to use. I even was considering getting like specific kind of sprays that just kind of help with the glands from the armpits, and I was like, honestly, like I don't even know how it's gonna work out. So I am really happy to talk about Derma Dry because I follow a friend on Instagram who also has hyperhidrosis. So hyperhidrosis is a medical condition where someone has excessive sweating, and that can be whether it's your hands, your feet, or your armpits. For me, it's my armpits. Derma Dry provides a anti-sweat device that allows you to control your sweating from your hands to your feet to your armpits, and I am really happy that I actually came across them because I know that I'm not the only one out there, and I am happy that people are talking about this because, you know, here I was in a little shell, in a little bubble, not talking about my disorder. I'm happy to say that I've actually have tried this out for a little bit over 3 weeks, and I've seen like huge results from this. This is a machine that you actually start seeing results within the first 2 weeks. I've been trying this out for a little bit 3 weeks now, going into my 4th week, and you should actually be using it for 4 weeks to see like full results. It is proven that you can see results within the first 2 weeks. Here's my experience with Derma Dry. So the first week, I actually did not even pay attention to my results, only because it was my first week and I was busy. And I will tell you this though, going into the second week, I started to realize like at random times where I was like, I know my body starts sweating. Like if I'm filming a video right now, in my previous YouTube videos, I would just sit down and my armpits would start sweating. Like nothing else, not even my back, my feet, my hands, not even my forehead. I would not start sweating. It was just my armpits, and I would just be sitting here talking to you guys. Same thing would happen to me when I would be working and I would either have a really important phone call or I would have to jump into a Zoom call. I started to notice that I was doing those things and I wasn't sweating. So there was a time where I was just like sitting there and I was like, usually I can start feeling my armpits sweat, and I started to feel my armpits. I went like this and I could not feel anything. I do think that I have seen really good results so far in the first 2 weeks, and finishing up in the 3rd week, I just feel like I actually had just checked out my clothing recently, and I was even smelling and everything, and I just felt like I don't really smell anything. I also like there's a certain like BO smelling. There's also a certain like sweat smell, and I wasn't really smelling either of those two. I just felt like that's such a huge improvement for me because I've went years where every day I would sweat and it's like excessive sweating, and I would be super self-conscious about, can someone else smell me, or like, oh my god, I can't even wear a specific type of clothing because I can't wear silk, because if I'm wearing silk, it easily like shows that I'm sweating. So I am now going to talk about what the Derma Dry Kit comes in. It comes in this box, and there's stuff inside in here, which is where I store all of my things. It comes with this controller. This is a controller where you can control the body part. You can also control the voltage, and there's a power button here. It comes with a power cord, and it comes with 2 other cords, which are these 2 white cords. And these 2 white cords have these 2 electrodes. So these electrodes are the ones that go underneath your armpits and then just stay. So you need to make sure that you are putting in these towelettes. So it comes with 4 towelettes, and these can be used up to 30 times. You need to make sure that the towelette is wet. So this is a dry one, and this one, as you guys can see, this one's like really hard, and this one's already wet. You need to make sure that you dip in the towelette in water. So I just dunk it in, and then what I like to do so that it's just not like drowning in water, I just squeeze it out. So then what I do is I put this in. Otherwise, if it's dry, it's not going to go in. And then I put these under my armpits and I let them sit for 15 minutes. So when you are doing your armpits, the max time that you should do is 15 minutes. But if you are doing your hands and your feet, the max time is 20 minutes. So the max voltage for this is 30 but you should probably start off at 25 just to be comfortable. I just start off at 25 and just gradually go up. I think I'm at 27 right now, but I just let these sit down like this for 15 minutes, and I just turn it on, and then I press that I'm doing my armpits, and I just make sure that I put the voltage at 27, which is like the level. And then you just sit down for 15 minutes. You can put a timer if you want, but I'm always like on my phone anyways. Like 15 minutes does go by for me really fast. I'm literally just spending time editing, and that's the perfect time for me to do this, is in the evening when I'm editing content anyways, because there is no downtime for me because I'm already sitting down relaxing and I have these on there and I'm editing, I'm editing content. I will say that if you are considering getting the Derma Dry machine, you do need a prescription. I actually did not have a prescription. I actually was able to get a prescription online with them, super fast and easy. I did have a prescription back in high school, but given the short time that I had, I just went online with them and I was able to tell them exactly what my symptoms are and what issues I've had, and they were able to send that information to a doctor, and someone was able to review my submission, my application, and they were able to approve my request within 24 to 48 hours. If you really, really need it and you need a prescription, super easy process, no issues at all. So I'm also want to show you guys how you should be cleaning this. You definitely need to clean this because otherwise it is going to pick up on calcium buildup. You'll notice that it's still kind of damp. You just want to rub it off, any excess that's on there, only because it can build up calcium buildup. I don't want this to clog up anything. With the towel that came with it, I just wipe this out and I make sure I wipe both of them out, and it's just a habit of just doing is just cleaning out your machine once you're done. I just like let this air dry, and then I personally like to give myself a schedule, so I do use this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I only know that because that works for my schedule the best, because if I'm doing this on the weekends, I'm probably going to be busy shooting content, or I'm probably going to be out eating dinner, and if I have a couple of drinks, I'm just not going to remember coming back home and doing this. So I just know that during the week is the best time for me to do this, and I'm doing this on the days where I felt like I have scheduled time for that. So hopefully that wasn't too much information on how to use a machine. Honestly, it is super simple, but if anyone has any questions, they do have a instruction manual, and it really is super easy. They give you like specific information, and they even provide you with graphics so they can show you exactly how it's supposed to be. I'm just telling you guys from experience, this is really working out for me, and I love the fact that it's making me so much more comfortable using this. Just know that you're not the only one that's going through this. I definitely want this channel to be a place where people can just come up to me and ask me questions and just be so open about issues that they currently have. This is something really dear heart to me, because I said, like, this is just an insecurity that I've had for years, and I'm here speaking about it because this has truly been such a great overall positive experience that I've had a great experience, and I just know that for anyone that's currently going through this, is also going to have the exact experience as I am. So I would love to do a follow-up with you guys after I stop using it for some time, what I have noticed, any changes I've noticed, or does the hyperhidrosis come back. So I will follow up with you guys on that. Thank you guys so much for supporting and for watching this video, taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you guys on the next one.